Last fall, these trees were raining, pouring down walnuts from the sky. And I shared with you my walnut harvest, how we harvested all these walnuts, loaded them in the back of the truck, and took them over to a place to be sold. We harvested over 700 pounds of walnuts. Can you believe that? If you haven't watched the harvest video yet, I will have that posted down below. Make sure that you watch that after this video. So on this nice, semi-warm winter day, we are going to be cracking some walnuts together and making something delicious. This is our first winter in Missouri, and every once in a while we get a really warm, sunny day, and all of us are outside. These walnut trees may have provided us with a bounty, but they're also providing us with some entertainment, as my husband has made this walnut tree into a rock climbing, tree. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Jenilee, and we have just begun a new journey out here in Missouri. We bought land, and nature is our playground, and it's also becoming our provider. We are restoring home, family, and spirit out here on our pioneer home. I hope you'll stick around. Let's get to cracking these nuts. These are the most difficult nuts I have ever attempted to crack. In fact, if you take a hammer to these nuts, you are more likely to cause harm to yourself or others in doing so. So it took some more mechanical contraption to get these nuts open safely, and also so you would have some sort of morsel of a nut to enjoy on the inside after getting it open. Anyone who has black walnut trees can understand how labor-intensive the harvesting, dehusking or dehuling, and then storing and cracking processes with black walnuts. It really is a labor-intensive process, and it makes you really appreciate every single nut you get out of these shells. You really want to find a efficient way to crack these nuts open so that you can save as much of the nut as possible, and something that works time effectively as well. This machine was made and put together by a native Midwestern man who is well stricken in years and probably well stricken in wisdom. This contraption is from Grandpa's Goody Getter. This video is not sponsored. This contraption comes on its own, and you have to put it on a tabletop or some sort of surface to work at. But I have found that this machine worked fabulous. It was a controlled pressure, and you can control it yourself and crack this nut down as hard as you want, and you could finish the rest off with pliers if you want, but I was really impressed with how it worked. So if you're going to be harvesting black walnuts and needing to crack them for your whole life, this would be a great investment. I know this is something that we are going to be investing in the future. I had a very kind of generous neighbor who lent me his this time. It is a little bit of an investment, but if you're going to be cracking black walnuts for the rest of your life, this would be a wise investment. Even my puppies couldn't help but to be drawn to the fruity aroma of these nuts, and they couldn't help but to glean all the little pieces they could find on the floor. If you have another way to crack your black walnuts in a controlled environment where you're getting the best yield out of your black walnuts? Would you put down in the comments below how you're doing so? I'm always wanting to learn more. So share with me down below how you crack your black walnuts and what great ideas you have. From a friend to a friend, I will put down a link to Grandpa's Goodie Getter in case you want to get one yourself. Let him know I referred you, and let's head inside and get warm. I want to show you what I am baking up in my winter kitchen. These candied walnuts could be eaten as a snack. They could go over desserts, oatmeal, in your favorite winter salad. They can go with cheese and fruit. Just put them in an airtight container and store them in the fridge for a few days, or you can put them in the freezer. Unshelled, your nuts can store for the whole year, but once you've cracked them, make sure to put them in an airtight container and store them in the freezer. There is something particularly magical about seeing something through the whole harvest process. From the moment of picking and harvesting and processing to making something and enjoying it, it is fulfilling in more than one way. And it makes a lot of that labor and work taste so sweet. So if you haven't watched the full harvesting process, I'm going to put that screen up here. I want you to go and check that out if you are really interested to see how to harvest and process your walnuts. And if you're more interested in our journey to getting to the farm and what some of our plans are here, I will post that video as well. One way I restore home and family is by cooking from scratch. I have so many videos on delicious recipes made from scratch. Check those out. Press that subscribe button so you can keep following our journey here on the Pioneer Home, and I'll catch you later. Love you lots.